Welcome back to the Breakfast Show 2. I'm here with Shawnna Rhine from the Southern 7 Health Department in Southern Illinois. Good morning, Shawnna. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. And so start this morning to tell us about a new program that you guys have that has to do with colon cancer screenings. What is that all about?
Well, we have a program at the department called FIT, and that stands for fecal immunochemical test. And basically what it is, it's just a test that someone can take if they've not had a colonoscopy in the last 10 years or so, or if they're wanting that in-between check. It doesn't replace a colonoscopy, but it's a good place to start.
And so how did this partnership come about?
Well, actually, we've had the program now for several years. It is a partnership between the Center for Asian Health Equity out of the University of Chicago and the Hope Light Foundation. But the purpose of it is to bring that service to the area where a lot of people have difficulty maybe getting to a doctor on a regular basis.
Yeah. And so then, is there a big concern about a lack of access for colon cancer screenings?
There is. The lower 7 counties in Illinois actually sit inside one of 3 hotspots in the nation where we see a high incidence of colorectal cancer as well as colon deaths. Oh, wow. And so this is an opportunity for people to get those screenings and make sure that they're getting the care that they need.
Mm-hmm. And so then how does someone go about getting one of these screenings? Is it just walking into the health department and saying, hey, can I have one of those, or what's that look like?
The easiest way to get it is to go online and request one, or you can give us a call at the health department. It's very simple to do. Now, your local health department in our region has some on hand, but we can mail them to you so you don't even have to leave your home.
And so what does this test exactly tell a person?
What it does is detect blood in the stool. Okay. And blood could be an indication that there is a colon polyp. It can also be an indication of other things such as hemorrhoids, diverticulitis, other types of conditions. But it's a good starting point. And what we generally find is that people that take the test, if they test positive, which means they do have blood in the stool, most often they go on just to have maybe 1 or 2 polyps. So it does have a very high rate of finding such things. So, you know, for someone to get those polyps out early does prevent colon cancer down the road.
And you know, I know that there is a recommended age for people to get a colonoscopy, and like you said, this doesn't take the place of a colonoscopy, but maybe this could help people kind of get into, I guess, the start of thinking about it, because people always, I feel like they think of a colonoscopy and they're just like, I just don't want to do that. But it's so important that we screen for this type of cancer.
Colon cancer is almost 100% preventable if it's caught early. And for those individuals that say, I'm just not ready for that colonoscopy, or I just had one 5 or 6 years ago, this is a good test for that. And you're right, it does not replace a colonoscopy, but it does give your doctor an indication of where you are and what needs to be treated.
And then is there a certain age that you have to be to get this screening, or could anyone of any age pick up this screening?
That's a good question. Generally, we start with individuals over the age of 45.
Okay.
But if you have if you're at high risk for colorectal cancer, let's say a close family member had colon cancer, we do start you at much early, even in your 20s.
And so then tell us a little bit about the test. What does a person do when they get the test?
Well, first off, there's no prep. That's usually the worst part of a colonoscopy. There are no dietary restrictions. Basically, they just get the test, go home, do what they normally do. We'll show you how to use the test, and then you just send it back to us at our office in Ullen. There, a nurse will test it as soon as she gets it. If the test is abnormal, which means there is blood in your stool, you'll get a phone call. And if the test is normal and everything is fine, you'll get a letter. Either way, if you request it, we can contact your doctor and let them know what's going on. Now, if you're unable to pay for a colonoscopy, if it's needed, we do have a program set up with Union County Hospital in Anna to where it will cover the cost of your colonoscopy as well as your overnight stay. So we don't want anybody to think, okay, I've done this test and now what? We do try to help you through the next steps. Yeah,
it sounds like you guys are really trying to, battle cancer and help people who maybe cannot afford something like this. I think that is that's really helpful for people who may not have the funds to do it. And it's also nice that you guys are testing this directly in your health department. So it's not like it has to go to a lab like up in Chicago. It's being tested right here at home. And so results probably come back fairly fast.
Oh yes, I mean our nurse does the testing as soon as she gets the kit in. So I generally tell people if you have returned the kit, which by the way you can mail it to us, we provide mailing for that. If you've not heard from us in a couple of weeks, give us a call. Sometimes they do get lost in the mail, things happen. But yeah, we do get in touch with you immediately and help you connect with your doctor to get care.
That is great. And so before we head to break, just remind us one more time, how can people go about getting that screening?
Sure, you can download the Southern 7 app and request it right online, or go to southern7.org, or you can also give us a call at the health department, and you can even pick it up at one of our clinics. So there's a lot of options there.
That is awesome. I think it's just the perfect time to, think about your health and take advantage of those screenings and how you can, take care of yourself. Well, Shawnna, thank you so much for joining us this morning on The Breakfast Show too. We'll be right back in just a little bit.